Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. My name is Marty and today we are starting our watch of Severance, the TV show. I have had this recommended to me for ages. I like that kind of psychological thriller type thing and I feel like that's what this is. And now this has been requested over from Patreon, which I'm massively thankful for. Anyway, can't wait to get into this. If you want to see the full uncut reaction to this or any of the other episodes, then you can do over on the Patreon page or as a YouTube member. But without further ado, this is Severance episode 1. I feel like I'm about to uncover like a favorite TV show.
Who are you?
Oh, is that box the thing that's saying who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah, the intercom with
Hello?
a camera.
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Hi there, you on the table? I wonder if you'd mind taking a brief survey.
Who is that?
What a random time.
I know you're sleepy, but I just bet it'll make you feel right as rain.
Who's speaking?
Has she been drugged?
Hey!
You're locked in. Already really creepy.
I'd be just thrilled to chat once we've run the survey. Shall we begin with question 1?
I'm not taking your survey.
Begin with question 1?
No.
Let me out of here. Hey!
Maybe the answer to get out of there is to answer the questions. You gotta break the handle off. Who are you?
Hey, 5 questions.
5 questions.
What do I get at the end?
Freedom.
Depends on your answers.
Okay.
Great, off we go.
Can't be that bad, can it?
Who are you?
That's the first question.
First name will do.
Surely they should know that. You're in the room. Oh, she doesn't know.
I don't...
It's okay.
What is this?
In which U.S. state or territory were you born?
I don't know.
Please name any U.S. state.
I don't know. Delaware.
Oh, so she does remember stuff.
Favorite breakfast?
That one makes no sense.
Unknown. And as a reminder, this is the final question. To the best of your memory, what is or was the color of your mother's eyes?
I mean, I don't even remember the colour of my mother's eyes. Do you? Who does? Is that something you really pay attention to?
Okay, what's happening?
I love the soundtrack.
What the hell did you do to me?
Is that?
That's a perfect score.
What? One answer. Wait, is that what they're... Oh, I love that that's slightly off. Yeah, that was, what's his name? The main guy, him, in the suit a second ago. Also, the Severance logo, I think, is a bit like an office-style door print name. Oh, like Severance Pay, yeah. His name's Mark. Didn't see the surname. Wow, I really like that shot. With it being symmetrical, it's like the company is perfect. Too perfect. Oh, when everything is just properly framed. Oh, that shot. Oh, it's the same carpet as in the room that the woman was in. Similar, anyway. Every shot so far feels like it could be an art piece. So I wonder with the woman, are they trying to get less, like one or less answers? So nothing or one answer. Yeah, wanting them to completely forget everything. I'm looking at everything in the frame just because I love how they've captured everything. What was that? Has he changed or is it me? He just seems a bit more confident to what he did before he got in the lift. What a really interesting start to a show. Just got loads of him walking down the hallway. Also, where did they film this? These perfectly white corridors. What did that say? Macrodata or... What do I feel like I'm watching, what was that game?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building.
You sick?
Maybe. Petey was sniffling yesterday.
Breathe on me, I'll rip your larynx out.
That went right to 10. Get you sicker than just me breathing on you.
Endorphins. Petey better not be out for the day.
I think he's out.
Hi, kids. What's for dinner?
We warned you.
About the greeting? You were kidding.
No. 8 reasons.
It's confusing.
No Petey?
We think he's sick.
Put in an honest day's work and not get a children's breakfast in return.
I love the office banter they've got going on.
Good morning, macro data refinement.
Hi, Mr. Milchek.
Mark, could I have a word?
It's never good when your boss wants a word. I take it that's the boss.
Last time you saw Miss Cobell, she was in her old office. Now she's in her new office. It's a completely different office. I know a compliment about the office would just make her day.
Nice office.
It's horrid.
Yeah, the old one was better.
The old one probably looked exactly the same. Hey! It's her.
You look awful. You look hungover. The board will be joining us remotely.
Asking the same 5 questions?
Oh, hello. I assume this is about me acting as department chief today. I've subbed for PD before, so it shouldn't be that big.
Petey is no longer with this company.
I'm sorry?
Is no longer with this company.
You guys are one of my favorite office friendships.
Oh, it's just creepy the way they are.
What happened?
We'd love to tell you. Non-disclosure policy forbids.
What?
Mark, would you place your key card on my desk?
Why? Oh, they're switching it. Okay.
Macrodata Refinement Department Chief. Congratulations.
So now he's chief. Just like that.
A handshake is available upon request.
Oh, this is so awkward.
Thank you. May I have a handshake?
Well, maybe wasn't meant to ask for it. Even though she said ask.
Shadow, just stick to the flow chart. Dex, you'll be fine.
If you need to take a few
Thank
minutes.
you. I don't.
Pretend everything's fine. Walk away.
Thank you to the board as well.
The board won't be contributing to this meeting vocally.
Is there a board? Or are they just putting this all into their heads?
Our last refiner, who was a woman, was...
Carol.
That wall looks like chocolate.
I know you and Petey were close. He was the only one who really appreciated your humor.
I like the cinematography in this scene.
The input survey, isn't that a little weird?
Just start at 1A and continue by line.
Well, what if I just talk to her?
Information presented to her in the proper order.
Becomes agitated and demands to leave. Skip to page 19.
She has to ask 3 times.
Oh, wait.
Images. Good.
Yeah, this is the before bit of the table. But what they wrote down on the paper, was that what they were about to say in this scene from earlier?
Go on ahead when you're ready.
Like they preempted exactly what she was going to say. Don't know. Oh, it's just rights and wrong answers type thing. Okay, right.
Who are you?
It's interesting we saw what happened before and then...
Who are you?
You skipped the preamble.
That's why he says that first.
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Okay. Hi there, you on the table. I wonder if you'd mind taking a brief survey? Now, I know you're sleepy, but I just bet it'll make you feel right as rain.
Who's speaking?
The questions are so unhuman sounding.
Hey, open the door.
Shall we begin with question 1?
Oh, I didn't realize that went there.
Open the door!
She's not supposed to do that.
Are you seeing this?
I'm watching.
Maybe they're supposed to be more comatose than she actually is.
That's a perfect score.
And this is when, yeah, he goes.
Well, there was a preamble, which I was supposed to read before the survey to
You probably should have locked the door too.
survey.
Am I livestock?
I'm sorry?
What a random question.
Did you grow me as food and that's why I have no memories?
It's such a specific thing.
Gave you consciousness?
I don't
Just
know.
watched too many sci-fi things.
You're not livestock.
Then what's my name?
Your name is Helly. Helly R.
Did he make that up?
Please.
It feels like he had to think.
Thank you for taking the welcome survey. I can sense that the questions made you feel afraid.
Still so robotic.
Feel afraid or disoriented. The good news is you're at an orientation. You have been hired to a position on the severed floor of Lumon Industries.
The what floor?
Severed floor. What's this severed floor?
Confused about the severance procedure. Let's chat about the work-life balance.
I said lock the door.
That locks from out there.
Let me out!
To be fair, if I was in that situation, I would have done exactly what she just did. So I wouldn't be sitting there answering stupid questions after waking up, having passed out on the table. Kind of feels like you're being held hostage.
Okay, my name's Mark, and
Are they meant to do this?
a few years back, I woke up on this table. A disembodied voice asked me 19 times who I was. And when I realized I couldn't answer, I told that voice I would find him and kill him.
I will find you. And I will kill you.
I don't know why I said that.
Did you kill the voice?
I was going to say, did you kill him? Yeah.
No.
No, I'm the voice.
The voice's name was Petey. He became my best friend. There is a life to be had here, Helly.
A life to be had?
Want to be free, not stuck in an office or whatever this is.
Life, like a seesaw.
She is determined.
Let me the f out of here!
It reminds me of, you know, in the Truman Show when she just stares at the camera. I need help, or whatever it is that she says.
Ask twice to be let go. Ask one more time.
Mark,
Why?
I would like to leave the building now.
I understand you don't feel it's working out for you here at Lumen. I'd hate to keep you somewhere you're not happy.
But what happens to her, though? She could just run any other direction. Such a maze.
The departments are pretty spaced out. They're planning an expansion.
Expansion? There's no one there already.
You're a replacement.
Replacement for who?
For him?
Why are you saying that like you hate it?
Because he took over Petey's job. She replaces him, I presume.
Here's your stairwell, just past the bend.
It's just an exit door.
You're not coming with me?
I'm not allowed to see.
Excuse me?
Well, once you leave, I just can't watch you leave.
What? Oh, this is creepy, and I like it.
Of course you can't.
Like, if they hadn't shown us the real world earlier, I would have been even more befuddled, thinking that there was no outside, or this was a figment of their imagination, or... So say every threshold restricted. It's just a stairwell. Yeah. What the
What the hell?
What? She can't escape? Oh, this is cool. I love it. Wait, that's what happens? Then how does she come back in the door? Oh. Whoa. And the fact that it's a fire exit.
Am I dead?
No.
This isn't like hell or something?
How would it open back up again?
Well, you did leave, just now. Out into the stairwell, at least. You left, but you came back.
Weaponizing office equipment on your first day. You are gonna be fun. I've wanted to pummel Mark myself, but I am his employer, so we'll both have to be strong. The good news is there's only one part left of your orientation, which Mark can't possibly derail.
Why is that?
Because it's a video.
Okay.
Welcome to Lumen, Helly.
Thank you, dear. I mean, she's got hell in her name, so... Did she say, what is this, hell? Am I dead? Or something? Well... I like that picture behind her.
Are you mad at me?
For the incompetence or the disobedience?
Well...
Yes!
That actually made me jump.
You know my mother was an atheist. She used to say that there was good news and bad news about hell. The good news is...
Wait.
Hell is just the product of a morbid human imagination. The bad news is...
It's real?
Whatever humans can imagine, they can usually create.
I don't know what that means.
Apartment like yours can go so good or so bad. You know what makes the difference? The people.
This is so messed up.
Go ahead and have a seat.
When was this? What the hell? She hasn't done this yet.
My name is Helly R.
And this is before she got put on the table.
I'm making this video roughly 2 hours before it will be shown to me. Of my own free accord, elected to undergo the procedure colloquially known as severance. I give consent for my perceptual chronologies to be surgically split, separating my memories between my work life, my personal life.
That's why the guy was so weird in the lift.
My access to my memories will be spatially dictated. I will be unable to access outside recollections, nor retain work memories upon my ascent.
Oh, I suppose that keeps data protection at bay.
Alteration is comprehensive and irreversible.
Then they don't know if they've got to be somewhere at a certain time, like got to go to an appointment or... That's such an interesting premise. Why would anybody do that? Why would they undergo such a thing? But supposed to get full focus on work?
So I'll never leave here.
You'll leave at 5. Stagger exit, so 5:15. But it won't feel like it, not to this version of you.
Wait, do they feel like they just go in and then come back out again?
Do I have a family?
You'll never know.
And I have no choice.
Every time you find yourself here, it's because you chose to come back.
That's so messed up. So it kind of seems like it's the same version of her stuck in there all the time. And then there's another version of her outside.
Hello?
Sorry, cinematography of in the box. Like they're trapped. That was good. Symbolism. I like that. Cameras watching them from all angles. Oh, that's so good. With the little camera and the zoom. Looking at it going, that's different. So that's why he was crying earlier. So he must be so unhappy outside of work.
Carrying boxes and wheelchairs, slipped on an overhead projector slide.
That's why they do these? What? Yeah, and it said... So they're even giving alibis for stuff. Creepy. Not alibis, but reasons for certain things. Oh, mind.
Sorry.
Maybe keep your eyes on the icy road.
This series is gorgeous. I thought that bird was in the foreground, but then it went behind the house. Maybe that's what they want us to think. Someone scream a minute ago?
No, Mrs. Selvig. It was in my space again. Trash comes tomorrow night. Tonight's recycling.
That's weird to have both bins picked up on the same day. Here they do 1 week one, the other week the other.
Did you forget?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
That's fine. Do you want to put on pants and all?
Girlfriend?
If there's no dinner, how is it dinner?
You actually owe me this.
Do I?
Yep.
Friend, okay, I think.
You remember that time when we were kids and I was just generally a way better sibling than you?
Oh.
Sister, right, okay.
We're nearing the anniversary, so I just thought maybe you'd want to be around people.
Nope.
This is nice.
From work. I apologize.
Oh, they apologize, thank God.
That's all right then.
Got a gift card.
Oh, you got a gift card. Where's he going to?
Pips.
It's an interesting premise with the workplace as to why they would split their minds like that, but I wonder, like I said, is it a weird confidentiality thing?
There's our captive.
Hi, Rick.
Ugh, you, sir, look at peace.
Peace not necessarily.
Life is not food. You've got life. This complex quality of sentience. And food, which is what?
Yes, what is
Fuel.
Delicious.
Yes, that is spot on, Patton.
I definitely agree. Mark and my dad used to have whiskey as life carved on flask. It was low-hanging fruit.
He was a misdiagnosed alcoholic.
That you're a former history professor.
Yeah.
So I'm curious for your take on all of this. The food, the life of it.
Taught mostly about World War I.
I was just reading this think piece. Comparative levels of violence and warfare throughout history.
Oh, nerd alert.
The people actually called it the Great War. Would have been a faux pas to have called it World War I.
They wouldn't have called it World War I because they didn't know another one was coming.
No one would have called it World War I because World War II hadn't happened yet.
That exact thing, yeah. Exactly what I said previous to that.
It's so true. This is why we bring this guy.
Mark's late wife, Gemma, was an educator as well, Russian literature. Mark is a Lumen man now.
Right? Really?
What's it like there?
Do you design the medicine?
Yeah, I thought Lumen was more on the tech side of it.
Began in the 1800s. Topical salves.
I'm in the corporate archives division.
They also do medications.
Mark's work is sensitive enough as to require the severance procedure.
So the outsiders know.
I think something that's his choice to tell people or not, right?
Please forgive me,
it's okay.
Mark.
No, I think it's fascinating. I mean, I wish I could do it. I just always be thinking about,
I'm fascinated.
the other one.
There is no other one.
Yeah, so it is you. You just...
It's me. I
brain just flips.
do the job.
The visceral element. What does it feel like?
You just technically split your mind in two, basically.
Brains are bifurcated, so when you're not at work, you have no recollection of what it is you do there. Did I get that right, Mark?
Well,
So you walk in at 9 a.m. and then suddenly it's 5.
You can't access outside memories. So in effect, that version of you is trapped there.
Yeah.
I mean, not trapped, but...
But what?
Well, dead. But it's weird that the woman's body did that thing when it went on the outside, on the staircase. Is that because it wasn't 5 p.m. yet? Or that's an area they're not allowed to go?
What were you going to say?
Oh, I suppose we know where you fall in the congressional goings-on.
Okay, I think we may be missing the point here, is that Mark made a decision, and that decision was controversial, ethically, socially, morally, scientifically. But Mark, I stand behind you without reservation.
So well said.
I definitely stand behind Mark.
Thank you. It's very sweet.
The lack of food has allowed us to already do so.
Yeah, there's no food on the table. So
my friend in Lima hasn't had a food-based dinner even in.
Will you forgive me?
Because your child is innocent of tonight's atrocities, I'll wait until after it's born to murder you.
Well, she said it's not really a dinner, as per se. So what was the point of it? Just to get together? Sat around a table?
I'm proud of you for taking that job. And I think she would have been too. I know she would have been. I just feel like forgetting about her for 8 hours a day isn't the same thing as healing.
Well, maybe that's why he did it. To forget about it.
You want to crash here since you're already here?
No.
Why?
Your house smells like pregnancy.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm just not grasping the visceral element of it. She was fun, wasn't she?
Oh.
You're definitely staying here tonight.
No, I'm not.
I'm making all the bed sheets myself. So.
Yeah, you are.
The twin is comfortable. Pajamas were made on a Baltic hand loom.
Thanks. I still don't quite get the 3 beds.
Oh, Rickon's colleague told us that switching out the beds as the child grows can wound that child.
Irreparably. Provide said child with all of its beds. You allow it to progress across the room at its own rate.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that with the 3 beds. Never even thought of that. You got no room for anything else.
I think people really enjoyed you tonight, Mark.
Okay, get off his toes. It's a bit weird.
Good.
All right, baby.
Good. Thanks.
Night, my lord.
Good night, milady.
Love that. So I like him and his the friendship that he's got with his sister, or the relationship he's got with his sister. That's a really cool shot. Sorry, what? Who was that? Was it Helly? No. What? Who's that? He run off. With the wide shots as well, like with the with these shots where you can just see other places behind. I've been looking around the entire time.
Businessman. The yard last night.
Entry level or management? There's seriously a man in my yard last night.
Yeah, he looked at me weird, like he knew me.
Oh, did the prowler invading my home make you feel seen?
So seen.
Was he PT? Or would he know PT outside of work? That's why they stagger things.
You still smell like a distillery.
Had to drown out the memory of Mom and Dad switching out my beds.
Oh, you've been sitting on that one.
Because it's obviously not his dad or anyone. Otherwise he would have remembered him, wouldn't he? Wow. It's beautiful. You can see the business place though.
You keep putting your bin on my side. I actually can't talk right now. I'm out at dinner.
By myself.
No, by myself.
I knew she'd say what?
Bar and grill.
She's there.
Excuse me.
Hang up.
It's the guy.
So they've cooked the food and it's here.
Is it PT maybe?
Hi kids, what's for dinner?
Wait, is it that? Is that?
Sorry, you don't got that reference.
Hi, kids. What's for dinner?
Oh.
Are you following me?
Your voice is different here. Worse.
Yeah. He remembers him from in work, sort of.
Okay, who the are you?
Petey.
Yes, it's PT.
My name's Petey. I'm from work.
How does he remember? How does PT know?
Everyone in my department is
severed. I was.
Okay, well, severance is pretty permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bypassing the implant wasn't easy. I had help.
So he remembers stuff.
You were unhappy at work, and instead of lodging a complaint, you...
No, I tried that first. So did you.
You've unsevered, and now you, think they're after you or something?
That's why they fired him.
Yeah, they being Grainer.
Grainer, okay. Like a person you know.
We both know him. We don't like him.
Oh, it's Grainer, the guy that I thought was originally the manager, and he's actually the guy taking him to the manager.
Nothing down there is what they say. If something happens to me, the things I know need to stay known.
Okay.
I'd prefer it be by a friend.
Was in his death, he'd prefer it by a friend.
We're friends?
I'm your best friend. You're my very good friend.
Thanks. I love that. I'm your best friend. You're my very good friend. Not best. Editing on this, by the way, is beautiful. Alongside the cinematography. Birthday niece, just to make it seem inconspicuous.
Sorry about the card. I had to grab something and I know it's not appropriate, though I'm sure you'd be a really awesome niece. We used to wonder what kind of men we were on the outside, what choices we had made, and why.
Who pulled up in the car?
I used to think it would take a monster to put someone in a place like that office.
The guy following?
Especially if the person was himself. But we're not monsters, Mark. Not real ones. If you don't want to know what's going on down there, I won't force it. But if you do, there's an address on the back of this card. Go alone, and you'll find the beginning of a very long answer.
Oh, Half Loop Road. I like the name.
Mark, is that you?
Oh, hi, Mrs. Selvig.
Oh, will you color me
Wait.
embarrassed for the mix-up?
Is Mrs. Selvig the boss?
How was dinner?
Fine. Tired.
She sounds like her.
You know, my mother was a Catholic. She used to say
Yes.
it takes the saints 8 hours to bless a sleeping child. I hope you aren't rushing the saints.
I'll give them ample time tonight.
Because we haven't seen her yet.
Good night, Mrs. Selvig.
Mark? You're good people.
Knew it! What the What? And also the two conversations he's had about hell and about saints. Well, and the thing about the bin. So she knows him. Wait, directed by Ben Stiller?
What is this?
How did I not know this was directed by Ben Stiller? What the frick? The Ben Stiller? I have so many questions about that series. How did that guy manage to unsever his mind? Why is Mrs. Selvig actually his boss? Is there a hidden reason behind that? Or is it just so happens that she became the boss? I don't think that is the reason why. I feel like there's another reason why, especially with the look she gave him when he went back inside. The smile dropped. Only a very slight smile, but that slight smile dropped. Like there was hidden meaning. Oh, it's so good. Weird and confusing, but good. And I'm so confused that it was Ben Stiller as well. It reminds me of the very confused feeling that I got when I watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Not so much the confusion, but the kind of oddness.
Can you hear me? I don't want this anymore. I want to go on.
And a bit like the confusion I felt when I saw I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Have you guys seen that? If you like this, I think you will like that film. It's very weird, very psychological, and very strange. Very, very strange.
I'm thinking of ending things.
Huh?
What?
Did you say something?
I don't think so.
Weird.
People like to think of themselves as points moving through time, but I think it's the opposite. We're stationary.
Just to quickly point out, the bird when it goes behind the house, I don't know if this is an intentional thing. The bird has been added into the shot, and I only know this unless it was intentionally done by the editors. The mask of where they put the bird behind the house, the line of the house doesn't match up with where the bird disappears. It's intriguing. It's only a very minor thing. But anyway, back to the episode. Like, I can understand why people would do the Severance thing. If they're so unhappy with their lives on the outside, they want to find a job where they can completely abandon everything outside and just focus on work, put 100% focus onto that work and not have to think about anything, but also makes their work life better because they are cut off. Because I know when I used to go and work in an office, we had to kind of do that and separate everything from the outside to in the office. Not that you could do some days, when especially when you had stuff going on outside, you got to remember stuff. But this is the thing, if you've got to remember, oh, I've got a dentist appointment at 3 tomorrow afternoon and I'm going to be in work, I need to make sure I get out for it. You can't, because you're in work. Does that make sense? Like, there's caveats to it that just wouldn't work if this was a real thing, unless obviously you only do those things on a day off and you have to be in work every single time. But like I said earlier, you don't necessarily have to go into work, but they made it sound as if, well, if you skip today, it would be fine. Or maybe not so much it would be fine, but you would still be alive on the outside and not on the inside as this severed other part of your brain. It's so interesting why that severance is there though. Part of me was thinking it was something to do with like a government secret, or there was some kind of confidentiality thing to do with it, and that's why they made that happen. Like there was some shady business going on behind the scenes. They don't want anyone to know, so that's why they introduced this. Or maybe they're trying to like harvest data from his brain, or could be anything. The fact that they also record the videos and then 2 hours later they're lying unconscious on a table, roughly 2 hours later, it's less than that obviously, unconscious, with some random person asking them questions. Like, if that had gone okay for her, what would have happened? Someone woke up, answered the questions correctly, and he said, great, you've answered them all correctly or something, and then you just go to work at the office? Like, what was going to happen? The bit that got me was, if they are only severed in the brain, and obviously the lift must activate the switchover of the severance thing. If that is to happen only at that point, like that entry point in the lift, is that why then when she goes out of the back exit, her body just kind of switches off and then also makes her stand up, walk back in again, almost like a subconscious mind doing that? Because I thought at first that she was in this very weird place. Like, if they hadn't shown the outside with him crying and then going to work, I would have thought that she was in this weird place, kind of like a hell, heaven kind of place where nothing exists outside and it's only them being in there. And I feel like it would have made it weirder not seeing the outside, but then we saw it. I'm kind of wishing they didn't show that. And then when he said about the, oh, well, you can leave at 5, and you go, what? Get really confused. But I did really like that backdoor part where we see her go out and then walk straight back in again. The effect of that was really good because it was her brain switching off and then switching back on again, and there was no switch to her the other side being awake, which is odd why that didn't happen and how her mind managed to get her back in again. I'm really liking it so far. I'm still utterly befuddled with a lot of it, and I feel like there's a lot of hidden things that we're either not seeing yet or that I've just not seen because I'm only seeing it from the very start, if that makes sense. Whereas if I watch it till the very end and then come back to this, I'll probably see so many other things. The cinematography in it, by the way, so many of the shots are beautifully crafted so that you get feelings, you get emotions, you get situations within the shots. Like when she felt like she was boxed in the office, sat at the desk, stuck in this prison, you get that shot of her surrounded on all four sides. And there was another one as well where he sat at the table in the dining area and the guy has just been to see him and walked off, and he is sat at the very narrow end of the shot. And I was thinking it kind of feels like he's being closed in by everything, like everything isn't as open to him. There's so much symbolism in that. Yeah, a very intriguing episode for the first of the series. I cannot wait to continue this. I want to see how it gets explained, but what more is there to uncover from it? There must be so much more, because the premise of this is literally just we split their minds into they're stuck in an office building and some weird stuff is going on. Nobody on the outside knows what happens on the inside. After the severance happens, they just do some work, and when they're on the inside, we see it as they're working at a desk. Are they really doing that though? Is there something else going on? What was the thing he was doing on the computer in the office? He was sorting things into boxes or doors or something. It was like numbers or they were going into doors. Part of me was thinking that the macro data stuff that he was doing on the PC was something to do with real life. Things he was doing on that was sorting brains, was either sorting people or sorting what was happening in the world. I'm thinking far too deep into it, I know, but I love this kind of stuff. I don't know. I just know there's something really sinister and weird going on. Obviously, that's the whole style of the show. Something really weird and sinister must be going on. Anyway, I hope you can join me next time for this. If you want to see the full uncut reaction to this, you can see it over on the Patreon page or as a YouTube member as well. But that's it for today, and hopefully you can join me next time for the next episode. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to check out the next episode with me when I do post it. I just didn't know what to think for half of it, because I didn't expect the brain swap thing in the lift, like the switch over to the other half of the brain. But aside from the mind switching over, I was still a little befuddled about certain things. I know that's where you're meant to be going in, because you're in the same position as they are when they first start out. You don't know a thing and it's all brand new, but soon, hopefully over these episodes, it will start unraveling what is actually going on. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
If you're still here to the very end, then thank you so much, and also a huge thank you to my wonderful patrons: Roger C. Griffith, Douglas Collier, Terry V, Miggy Love, Chris Holmes, Jojo, Thomas Masters, Shoehorn1234, Ress, Patrick Durr, Andrew Blount, Carlos, Marla Mize, Rob, Chandra Blair, Scott, Paul Zawicki, Randy, Kirsten, Juan Pablo Camero, JL, Maggie, Freya Alexandra, Milo, Miranda, Edna, Gina Aman, Tess Avaland, Olivia, Maria Stoicheva, Neno, Megan Janoviak, Rainy Tomo, Strawberry Tree, Kirsten Bailey, Boobly Boo, Louise Vanderhoven, Aubrey Terry, Wraithist, Heidi Steele, City D, Bumblebee, Joshua, Jesse, Rena Burra, Meat, Lolita Verbakovskia, Eli, Holly Jeffries, Alenka Hafner, HM Garth, Chloe Grover, Neb, Kyle Baker, Abby Barker, Tom Tattershall, Kristen Olds, Tillychum, Laura Hutchison, Tara M. Wilcoxon, Sazzy Nation, Ferdinand Pitchard, Jim K, Sphere, Mel Days, Fran in the Pen, BG, Tara, Rags and Muffins, Nameless Human Being, Deb, Philippa Chapman, Emily, Panda, David Wayne Fox, Jessica Asakovich, Sue Pro, Naja in Workshop, Mike Tunnicliffe, Wolfgang Wolf, Lee, Harvey, Ankame, Aninya, Evan G, Violet Aurora, Pamela Chandler Rash, Scott Howard, Joshua, Robert Williams, Steve Webster, Amanda, Lipaz, Jamie Dodds, King, Happy Go Lucky, Caitlin, Analytical Guy, Maria Torres, Cliff Adams, Jonathan, Dirk, Annie Bonds, Crystal Appleby, Scorpius, Monica Murphy, Sebastian St-Ange, Varga, Leslie McKittrick, Nick Stark, Number 1 Carez, Jen, Biff McKeldin, Birgit, Stephanie Collins, Emily, Ken Duncan, Max, Helena Klitsch, Amy Quattlebaum, Ry Levi, Wayne DeFries, JJ, Mikhail Augustine Reed, Malcolm Hope, Lee Hallam, Bill Waite, and Charney Elkin. If you'd like to see more videos, there's some more on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you next time.